So the steady flow in and a steady flow out. Keeping that length in your spine. Even a deep sigh from Raffles. Okay, so then the bottom of the next exhale, lowering your head and opening your eyes. So coming onto your knees, tuck your toes under, and sitting back, spread your toes, see if you can get every last toe onto the mat. Sit back on your heels, sit up. If it's too intense, you can lean forward a little. So we're stretching through the plantar fascia, this connective tissue webbing across the bottom of the foot. And then come forward, flatten your feet, point your toes behind you. So you don't want the heels rolling out, have the heels directly up. Sit back. And now palms beside your knees, lift your knees up. You can do one at a time if it's too strong through the arms, but we're stretching through the front of the ankle and the shin. And then come back to your plantar fascia stretch, touch the toes under, sit back on your heels. So this is myofascial release. So myo being muscles, fascia is this connective tissue. Come forward again to stretch through the ankles and shins. So the fascia is like this little webbing, like when you've got a chicken breast from the supermarket, that white stuff that wraps around it. That's fascia. It's like a whole basket inside your body that holds your organs nice and neatly. Okay, one last time. And then come to stand. So, and what will happen with the fascia is say you've had a sprain in the past, or you've had a bruise, or even a scar, some operation, whatever has happened to you, then that causes like a knot or the fascia to stick. So the fascia is 90% water. So one is, if you're not hydrated, you'll have more problems with mobility. But the fascia slides over the muscle, so it's meant to move, glide. And then when you've had some knock or sprain, then the fascia will stick to the muscles. So that's why foam rolling is good, going for a nice good massage, is to release that connection that it has, that where it gets stuck onto the muscle and stops gliding. There's also, say you had some kind of knock on your side and then the fascia got stuck to the muscle through the scar tissue there, then of course it won't glide and it'll drag you over to that side, so you'll be shorter. You know, obviously this is making it much worse, and it'll build up very slowly, but you will find that's how you get restriction in your movement. So we're going to move. We're going to do 2 sun salutes. So standing in mountain, inhale, palms up, palms together, exhale, folding forward, inhale to halfway lift, exhale, palms down, step back, drop your knees if you need to, lowering through chaturanga, and then inhale to cobra, tops of the feet pressing in and the pubic bone, hug the elbows in, exhale, tuck your toes, come up into down dog, and we're going to come after 3 breaths And coming forward, so up on your toes, bend your knees. Step forward to halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, hands up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, hands up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to halfway lift. And then exhale, stepping back, rolling into plank, lowering through Chaturanga, elbows to your sides. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward dog. So here, taking 3 breaths, but slowly, 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 like your feet were in treacle. You're just going to move the heels slowly, one by one, pressing into the mat. And feel that little rotation through the hips, so you can bring your knee under you. Let the hip drop side to side, just getting a little twist, turn through the spine. And then up on your toes, bend your knees, look forward. Come forward to halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, hands to heart center. So coming to a balancing pose, so feet hip distance apart. Take the center of gravity, so hands to hips, center of gravity goes over your right leg and lift the left knee. Then bring the back of the left hand to the inside of the knee and start to take the thigh out, but feel this slight external rotation almost if you see your foot come across there. So that helps to open through the hip. Lift up strongly through the standing leg. Inhale, back to center. So you're not holding on to the knee, you're using your thigh muscles to lift. Place the foot back down, feet hip distance apart. Inhale, exhale, then center of gravity goes over the left leg. Keep your gaze on a fixed point in front of you. Lift the right knee. The back of the right hand on the inside of the knee. Feel that little rotation at the top of the hip helping to open. And feel the outer glute on the standing leg working, so squeeze your glutes. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, release, come to the front of the mat. So for runners, the glutes are really important. So everything, it's core, so you need that length in your spine. The glutes help with your power for your stride, but that's walking right. So we want to ideally try and activate the glutes before you really start to run. So that's why we do a warm up. So even if you were fast walking before you started to run. So now we're going to come into high lunge. So as you take your right foot back, touch the toes down, your feet are hip distance apart, sink through the left knee, bring your arms up, and you can just look forward. And now we're going to bring the hands into fists. You're going to bring them by your side as you bring your right knee up. Balance. And then take that right foot back again. Arms go up, palms facing each other. Inhale, bring the fists back. Squeeze your shoulders towards each other, your elbows, so your shoulder blades come towards each other. And then go back down, arms come up, high lunge. And again, on the inhale, take the foot back. So keep breathing, I'm just telling you the breath to come forward. And up again. And go down. Now take your palms down to the mat, runner's lunge. So we're lifting up through the back thigh, sinking through the left knee, but left knee above left ankle. Squeeze the thighs towards the midline. And then drop the right knee down. Flatten the right foot so you're on the top of the foot. Coming up into a low lunge, just guiding, so rather than just putting your weight through that knee, you're just resting your arms, and you can even stroke the thigh forward. Feel the hips sink, stretch through the hip flexor on the right thigh. So you want space in the hips. So this helps really with an even stride, giving more power. If you missed the beginning, can't remember when I said it, but this is your yoga for sport today. And then inhale, bring the right arm up, look forward and lean over to the left. So keep sinking the hips. Feel that stretch through the right hip. That's your tensor fasciae lata, TFL, a tiny little muscle that crosses over the front of the pelvis there that can restrict movement. Exhale, tuck the right toe under. Take your hips back. So the hip is above the knee, and then straighten the front foot, wiggle that foot forward. You can have, if you need a block on the inside to lift you up more as you then flex the left foot back, stretching through the hamstring and the IT band, so iliotibial band, stretches from the outside of the knee to the outside of the hip and causes a lot of restriction and pain in the knees and the hips. So you're lifting up through the chest, squeezing your core, trying to fold. If you can, you'd fold over that leg, but we're taking it easy. Keep yourself up a little. Exhale, place the foot down, step back into down dog. Inhale, lift the right leg, right foot between your hands. Step the left foot forward. Hands to hips, bend your knees, come up. Nice and slow. Exhale. Then take your left foot back. Just thinking, did I do left foot back before? Help me out here. Did I do left or right high lunge? I think this is right. So high lunge.
Left foot back, Emma.
Sorry?
You're right, left foot back.
Okay, thank you, Gib. Okay, so now high lunge, and we're going to do the glute workout. So you're going to bring your hands down in fists, squeeze your elbows towards each other as they come back, bring the knee up. And then take the foot back again, the arms go up. Have your feet sort of hip distance apart to help with balance. Inhale, come into fists, bring the elbows back, bring the knee up. Take it back. And bring the foot up. Take it back. And this is working through, you can see I'm a bit wobblier on the left than the right. This helps to bring balance as well through the legs. So coming up, back, we can do one more. Inhale up, and then back. So, then folding forward into a low lunge. Squeeze the thighs to the midline. And drop the back knee. Flatten the foot. Come up onto the thigh there. Just straighten the thigh forward, sink your hips. Inhale, lift your left arm up. Reach up and then lean over to the right. Exhale. Take your hands down. Tuck your Left foot under, bring your hip back above your left knee. Straighten the right leg. Again, you might want the block on the inside. And then so straighten the right leg, point the toe, and then flex back. So you want your hips to be even. Reach your chest forward. So strong through the core, but not just collapsing in. So it's more about feeling the stretch through the right thigh and the back of the back and side of that right leg, so your IT band. Okay, then place the foot down. Come step back into down dog. Inhale, lift the right leg up. Bring the right knee behind your right wrist. Point the right foot across and down to the other side of the mat. And we're going to come into pigeon pose. So then slide the left leg back, flatten the foot, and have a cushion or a block. Should be side. So what will happen if your hips are tight is that you'll roll to the right side. So we're trying to get the hips even. So you can have your block or your cushion and pop it under the right thigh or hip, and then walk your fingertips back towards your knee so you can settle your hips. So you're scooping your tailbone under, lift your chest, relax your shoulders, settle your hips, then walk the fingers forward. So without trying to roll to the side. And if you feel that you're rolling, then don't fold too far forward, you just stay up on your arms. But if you can, you're going to walk your hands forward. You can either come to forearms or you can rest, fold completely over that leg. If you're trying to keep the hips level, you might want to even keep the left foot tucked under to help stabilize you, the left toes. So these are all poses to stretch the muscle, but also to help release the fascia, to give you more mobility. Just staying here for a few more breaths. And also working through the legs individually, which is why balance is brilliant. If you're working on one leg at a time, the other one isn't compensating for any weakness on the other side. Okay, then palms down, straight arms, tuck the left toes under, lift the right leg up behind you and give it a little wiggle, bend at the knee, just move it around a little. Place the right foot down in down dog. Inhale, lift the left leg. Roll forward into plank, bring the left knee, excuse me, left knee behind the left wrist, pigeon on the left side. So point the foot across to the other side and down. Slide the right leg back, same thing. Bring your block if you need to prop the hip to stop you rolling. Fingertips come back towards the knee to settle the hips. And then walk forward so you come down evenly. And if you can fold, fold, otherwise stay where it feels good for you. And this is one of those poses where you can never do it too much. But if you get pain through the knee in particular, then just go easy on yourself. Don't go down too far. Also, the full actual pose is with your shin parallel to the front of the mat, with your foot flexed. But that involves a great degree of hip rotation and knee. So we're modifying. It still should feel a really good, decent stretch through the glutes, the hip, the thigh. Okay, then inhale, coming up. onto your palms, tuck the right toe under, and lifting that left leg up, give it a shake, come back into down dog, and core, vital for spine health, but core is vital for your sport. So you can do this from tabletop. We're going to do a little knee to nose kind of thing. So you can come into tabletop, hands under shoulders, knees under hips, or you can do this from down dog. Take your pick. Inhale, take the right leg up, roll forward into plank, bring your knee to your nose. Squeeze the heel towards the bottom. Press up through your palms, feel that rounding out through the shoulder blades, and then lift the right leg back up. Inhale, roll forward, right knee to left elbow. And take the leg back up. Inhale into plank, right knee to right wrist. Really squeeze the core, heel to bottom, press up through the straight arms. Lift the right leg back up, bring the foot down. Other side, inhale, lift the left leg. Roll forward into plank, squeeze your knee to your nose. Push up between the shoulder blades. Take the leg back up. Inhale, roll forward, left knee to right elbow. Glance down, are you pressing through your index finger and your thumb? Take the left foot back up. Roll forward, left knee to left elbow. Roll it back up. Place the foot down. Knees wide, toes touching. Come into child's pose. Press your palms down, lift your forearms, push your hands away from you. Feel that stretch through the spine and the shoulders and your hips lowering towards your heels. And if you've got runner's knees, as in they're always a bit sore and tweaky, always remember to have a towel with you when you're doing yoga, and you can pad your knees on lunge positions and all sorts. But also, I think I've shown you before, sometimes I have a little hand towel or a thick sock, and I just pull it into the back of the knee joint if I'm doing certain poses like this to help open through the knee joint, just a little to give you a bit more space, less discomfort. Inhale, come forward to sit. And sit nice and tall. Not forgetting, like when you're running or doing any sport, you lift up through the pelvic floor. So you'll feel the difference. If you try and run and not lift up through the chest, the spine is lifted, so you're not using your core, you'll feel that weight through your hips, and it sinks down through your legs, and it just deadens your stride, so you hit really hard onto the ground, so it's that upward lift. So you're like a spring lamb. Okay. Relax your shoulders, hands resting on your thighs. Close your eyes. Inhaling deeply. Exhaling completely. Bring your palms together at your heart center. Lowering your head. Opening your eyes. Namaste. Thank you